What's up, guys? Welcome to Modded RimWorld. I'm super excited to get started. This is, of course, going to be our cannibal colony, and I'm using the Ultimate Overhaul mod pack, the June the 7th update version. It says it was perfected on June the 7th, so I'm not sure if that means there will be more mods added or more tweaks made, but that is the current version I'm running. There will, of course, be a link in the description below where you can purchase the base game RimWorld, as well as a link to the forum page that has all of the information about the mod pack, as well as the download links. And very, very easy to follow instructions. Very easy to follow. The only thing is you have to delete your saves and your worlds and stuff like that. So maybe back those up if you guys want to. But I'll just open the mods real quick just to show you guys how many this adds. I'm not gonna sit here and read all of these off, but if you want to pause, I'll try to go down a little slowly so you guys can kind of glance over it. It adds a lot of stuff, and pretty much all of these mods I've never played with. I have no idea what to expect. I'm expecting some super huge challenge, but yeah, I'm excited. And I'm especially excited to be playing as cannibals. So let's go ahead and make our world. Our seed will be cannibal time, and hopefully I'm spelling that properly. I've never actually needed to consistently spell the word cannibal. Go figure. This is going to be our seed if you would like to make this world and pick an area that we are in as well. We are going to have all these lovely little pop-ups. We have a nice little world. Nice little world going on. Now, because I've never played with these mods and I have no idea what's going on, I'm probably going to be a pretty big pansy and play in like a forest or something like that. We shall see, though. We shall see indeed. But yeah, this is our world, and we'll pick a place. We'll pick a place eventually. Let's go ahead and save and finish. Now let's get to the meaty part. This episode will, I don't want to say it won't, but it might not have any gameplay in it. Because we have the Prepare Carefully mod. Ooh, we have new AIs as well. We have the Prepare Carefully mod, which means I'm gonna like fine-tooth comb all of our cannibals. I will be using points most likely, or I'll turn them off and then just try to limit it to how many I'm using. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see that in a second. Let's check out these new AIs. We have Accipiter Periodic. Accipiter, a press agent of Yunhua Precision, has a strange sense of storytelling. She thinks every big event should be occurred at stated intervals. I don't know why that made me pause. Big events should occur at stated intervals. In short, she will send raids every weekend. That's interesting. And then we also have Sareniz Sadistic, the rogue Federation Peacekeeper Corps commander. Sareniz has a mountain of painful stories because of her former job nature. In her story, characters usually face their doom after writhing in agony of endless pain. I'm trying to like correct some of this grammar as I go along, and I don't know if it's working out or not. She loves these kind of stories. So this sounds like maybe not yet. Maybe it depends. It depends. I kind of want to put on Randy Random again because he did give us a pretty entertaining season last time. I would probably be playing on Rough again because I've never used any of these mods. I don't know how difficult or how easy they will make the game. So I think playing on Rough would probably be the smartest idea from a watchability perspective. That way we're not having to restart. Kind of like if you watch the Keeper RL series, which I'm not very good at. We have to restart every few episodes, just because we die, because I make stupid mistakes. So I'm thinking we'll probably go with Randy Random, but Accipiter could also be interesting because we'll know when stuff's going to happen. Now, that doesn't mean that stuff can't happen for the rest of the week, I'm assuming. We're just going to play it safe. We're going to go with Randy Random on Rough. We will be on Nova Alamac. Again, the seed is Cannibal Space Time. Both words are capitalized. Now we have to select a landing site. And this is probably where I'm going to pause the recording. I'm very picky with with where I want to play. I want to have certain types of rocks, like I want to have access to certain types of rocks, because I really like building with slate and limestone almost exclusively. I like the color contrast that they give. This says limestone, slate, and sandstone. I'm not a fan of sandstone, but this is a mountainous region. It's temperate forest. Our growing period is almost year-long. Almost. We have a few months where we can't grow in the winter months. I think we're going to go here. I think this looks pretty good. Maybe we'll have a little bit of water here with us too. Let's see what we got going on. Let's try to remember where this is. I want to click and explore, but I don't want to lose this landing site. Ugh. Alright, we are going to go in here, and we're going to make this a large map. 300 by 300. And I'm going to forget where that is, and it's going to bug me. I'm going to forget. I'm not going to click. We're going to wait until we're in the game. Alright, so... Oh, there's a seed right there. I guess the capitalization doesn't matter. Cannibal Time gave us Nova Alamac. We're going to be playing in the temperate forest in a mountainous region where we have almost year-round growing period, and I have the rocks that I like, because you don't mess with a man's rocks. Alright, so we are now going to, instead of create characters, we're going to prepare carefully. So, I believe something like this is built into Dwarf Fortress from the beginning. I'm not sure if that's modded or not. Basically, you get to customize every aspect of what's going on with the characters, and we're gonna have lots of new clothing options and stuff like that. But basically, we can pick their points and whether they're interested in stuff. We can give them traits and things like that, and then we'll also be able to pick any starting equipment that they get, like anything we want to bring, like food or resources or weapons or armor, stuff like that. So let's play around with one character. I'm gonna try to get. We have negative 1830. That's ridiculous. These guys rolled such amazing stats that wow. Alright. I think I'm going to turn off the points just because I want to get a cannibal colony. I had originally intended to start with 6 cannibal colonists. I think that will give us a pretty good head start and keep it somewhat viable through to the mid-game until we can start really honing our skills, I guess. Because once you make... Having a lavish meal made out of human meat almost completely cancels out the fact that they ate human meat. I believe the lavish meal is like a bonus of 10, and the human meat is a penalty of 12, so it almost cancels it out. So as long as we have people that can make lavish meals, we can consistently make lavish meals, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Alright, well, I think since we're gonna do 6 people, that's 5 and 6. I think this goes up to 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you can have 10 colonists. That's ridiculous. Hey, it's Boots and Gore. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Points remaining negative 10,000. I'm not sure. I've never played with EDB, so I don't really know what all to pick. I'm gonna make all of them cannibals, obviously, and I think I don't remember who gave the suggestion, but it was suggested that possibly give all of them I don't remember, psychopath, is that it? Tell me what you do. I feel like this should tell me what it does. I think psychopath is the one that makes it so they just don't care about anything. So they'll be fine with executing. He looks kind of cool. I think we might keep him. So they'll be fine with executing prisoners and eating them and stuff like that. So they're all going to be psychopaths, and they're all going to be cannibals. And then I might give them a random trait here and there. Do these take points? I'm curious. It doesn't look like these take points. We're going to keep that on just to see how in the red I am. But yeah, past the cannibal and psychopath thing, like I said, don't really know what else to put. Why am I doing this when I can just click the list and it's in alphabetical order and I can do that? Masochist could be interesting. Give them cannibal and psychopath. I'm gonna have someone that is good at growing. I'm not sure why these are marked. But yeah, cannibal and someone that's good at growing. Why am I saying cannibal again? We're gonna have a grower. Let's start there. We're gonna have a grower who will probably be our. We're gonna have like a chef, so he does the cooking and the growing. We'll probably have a doctor that is. I kind of want to have a doctor that's also a brawler. Just like, you know, he's good with his surgical tools, and he can also like wield a sword really well, something like that. I know that's probably not the safest occupation for our doctor, because he's going to be on the front lines, which means he could pretty much die, and then we wouldn't have a doctor. I'm kind of slowly talking myself out of this, but this whole season is going to be crazy. So I don't know. I really don't know. I really like how this guy looks, though. What is this changing? I don't know what this changes. Do I have to like pick something first? Oh, I guess it's his hair. But he's wearing a hat. We can color his hat. I don't know, I kind of like how he looks. Let's randomize this a few times. Alright, so Benny is going to be this sort of steampunkish type person. Let's go with... That looks kind of weird. This is weird, you guys. This is really weird. Infiltrator headgear. Ski goggles. Light power helmets. Headset with a bandana. And we are, of course, going to be making clothing out of human skin. We'll give... Sure, why not? I like it. This is just silly. Maybe I'll just... You know what? I'll give them all top hats. I like this look right here. I'm going to give them all top hats. Are you wearing pants? I'm curious. You are wearing pants. Okay, what is your top though? Top clothing layer is wrecked light power armor, followed by an alloy vest, followed by standard issue overalls. That's probably why you cost so many damn points. Oh! Yeah. Alright, well I'm gonna go ahead and customize how these guys look. I'll do this. I'll do this one guy. Can't even check his hair because of his hat thing. I can't click this though, can I? Alright, so he had a top hat on. He had a bottom layer of, not a bottom layer, socks and synthread. I'm guessing these are the pants. Oh no, that's what it was. You're just wearing socks. You're only wearing socks. I don't want you to only wear socks. I want you to wear overalls. There. It's got some overalls on. We can even pick the material. This is where we're going to get our Devil Strand. Everyone's going to be wearing Devil Strand overalls. And then a top hat. And then he had the middle clothing layer as the alloy vest. Kind of like that blue. The blue alloy vest. And the top clothing layer was, of course, the power armor. It's telling me no. A fur coat. Fur boots. Shimmering sandpot. Holstered chaps. Space Marine leggings. I feel like... There we go. Is that it? No, that's light power armor. Hive armor. That all looks really weird. A shielded coat. A uniform jacket. That looks creepy. Raider jacket. Metal shoulder pads. Doctor's brocade. Tribal shield. There's some poncho. There we go. The wrecked light power armor. Let's make this kind of a coppery color if we can, or a brassy, bronzy sort of. Perhaps. Maybe we should just leave it like a gray. We have a lot of other colors going on. Something like that. Alright, so our colonists will all look kind of like that. I'll probably vary the top clothing layer a little bit based on their job positions, but I think I'm going to probably pause the recording, and then I'll come back and we'll go over everyone, because I'm probably going to be sitting here for about half an hour, 45 minutes at least, figuring this stuff out. So I will see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, we are back, and it has been, I don't know how long, but I feel like it's been a while. Originally I was going to set like some arbitrary limit for myself for spending points on things, but I kind of just decided to go with it. We do have 6 people, so now that I'm thinking about it, I'd probably set their skills a little high. I didn't really keep in with the older people to generally have more stat points. I just kind of put the points where I felt like they would be good. It's actually just, I don't want her to do construction at all. So as I go over these guys real quick, I think I'll drop some of their points down a tiny bit, just because I did start their points off a little high. Just a little high. Her, it makes sense for her though. Why do you like growing? Is it because you were an orphan? I think I set her to grow just as like a hobby. And the priest, she's kind of old, so I'm fine with her stats there. All right, so let's go over these guys real quick. Actually, let me save all of them again. That way, in case I need to get through them, or like reload or something like that. I don't know. I guess if we died, I could just start with the same guys over again. Hopefully I don't mess up. Frog and Edie. Okay, so we have Zorik, Vladimir Zorik Zorovsky. He's an artificer. As a child, he was an industrial orphan, and I don't know why this is working a moment ago. Maybe it's because I hit shift or something. It could be because I hit the F9 button. Let me test something. Okay, that's definitely what it was. It's because I hit the F9 button, and for some reason the F9 button is making it so these tooltips aren't popping up. So that might be something that I'll have to have a look at once we get into the game. But I'll go over these guys real quick. I just won't be able to read all of this stuff that they got going on. So as a child, Zurich was an industrial orphan. So I believe that gives him a bonus to his construction and crafting or something like that. And as an adult, he was an artificer rampant, and I believe that's something like he loved creating and tinkering and stuff. And he's a brawler. So he's going to be a melee guy. He's going to be our primary crafter and our primary construction guy. He can help a little bit with the research, and he can also help a little bit with the mining. And I don't know why I put a couple points in medicine. I didn't. He just has that. Okay, but that's pretty much what he's there for, is for crafting and building. That's his thing. That's what he likes. So this is Zorik. So now we have Genevieve Jen Quicklick. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I guess it doesn't really matter because it's not a real person. She was a farm kid and a gatherer as an adult, so her growing is by default pretty high. I also boosted her cooking up quite a bit. I'm going to take her down to a 4 though. She likes making art. She's not super interested in it, but she likes doing the art. She enjoys shooting things. She has sanguine, so she gets that permanent boost to her mood. She's always happy. So that is going to be Jin. Next we have Ryan Turtle Vernon. He was abducted as a child, and then because he never quite got over it, and he always hears those little voices in his head, he became just a settler. He's kind of just like a I do stuff guy. His construction I'll drop down to a 6. This I can't actually take it down. Oop. I can't actually take it down any lower than a 6 because that's what he gets from his settler and abductee and stuff. But he's just going to be kind of like our laborer. People don't really trust him with bigger tasks just because he's still a little crazy. He's not really over it. He really enjoys shooting, and I made him volatile. Just because he still hears stuff, and he still has that sort of trauma from being abducted as a child. But he's just going to be kind of like a helper. Next we have Ava Madam Mathis. She's going to be our doctor. She was a blessed child, so that's something like she was raised where she had basically her family was wealthy, I believe, and she was taught to help other people. So she took that and became a Space Navy doctor. So she's gonna be interested in shooting stuff. She's not super great at it because she was a doctor in the Space Navy, so she never had to fire that much, but she really enjoyed it. She's also gonna be our primary researcher, and again our primary doctor. I'll give her an extra point. And also our warden for the time being, just because her social stat is a little high. And I gave her chemical fascination. She's kind of like a boozy type person, so we'll see how that goes. And I don't know why I gave her this hat. Maybe we should pick a different hat for her or something. I kind of like that, the medic bandana. Alright, and what is your hair set to? Super pigtails. Just curious. Next we have Lottie Frog David. She was an orphan as a child. And then she became a bounty hunter. She's only 18 years old, and I set her cryo sleep for really long, so she was asleep for a really long time. I made her iron-willed just because she was pretty much always by herself, so she needed to really have that focus and that drive. She's really passionate about shooting, and that's why I made her shooting so high, is because that's pretty much what she did. She was abandoned, she had to fend for herself, she had to hunt for herself, and then she became a bounty hunter, further honing her shooting skills. So she's really good at shooting, and she's also going to help out with the mining. A little bit of crafting is what she's interested in, and she's also interested in growing, just kind of like as a relaxation or a hobby. And I gave her basic construction skills. I think what I'm going to do, though, is take her mining down to 4 and put her construction up to 5. So, you know, she's had to do some repairs on wherever shelter she was living, and also her gear as a bounty hunter. So she knows her way around a wrench. Let's just go with that. So that is going to be Lottie. And then next we have Edie Blake. She was a Cave World tender as a child, so that boosted, I believe, her like mining and growing. And then she became an ascetic priest, which is she took a vow of silence, and basically she just grows. It said she really enjoys growing vegetables and making cheeses for the people at the monastery, I believe it said. And she's going to be a teetotaler, so she doesn't drink or do any sort of like substances or anything like that. She's all on the straight and narrow. But she's going to be really good at growing. She is going to be kind of our primary cook in the beginning, because Jen isn't going to be as high, but Jen likes it more. So eventually Jen will become our main cook. But in the beginning, Edie will kind of surpass her. She's a little bit older than Jen, so she knows a little bit more about cooking. And also because she was a Cave World tender, she likes being in the caves, she likes mining, so that's why I gave her mining skill pretty high. She can help with the construction a little bit, but I don't want her to be our primary construction guy. That's pretty much Turtle and Zorg's territory. But yeah, she likes... Oh, she's also incapable of violent and social because of the ascetic priest, so incapable of social because she took a vow of silence, and then incapable of violent because of the whole priest thing. So she's not going to be helping at all in a fight. She's just going to kind of be there for moral support. She's going to be maybe like one of the backbone type characters where she kind of takes care of everybody. That's why I also gave her an interest in medicine. So she's going to be our grower and cook along with Jin. She's also going to help out with some mining and a little bit of medicine. She'll help Madam out. But this is going to be our cannibal group. I know it's kind of weird. They don't really look like cannibals or seem like cannibals. I initially thought that maybe I would give them all like tribal wear or something, but I think I want these guys to just kind of appear normal, and then they're just that little bit weird. At least for right now. Eventually they're going to be wearing like dusters made of human flesh and stuff like that. So eventually they'll be wearing human skin, and I guess that's a little bit weirder. But I don't know. After seeing him, I like this kind of look. They all have that kind of broken power armor, and they look like they just kind of threw stuff together, like they were the outcasts and they had to get matching uniforms or something. I don't know. But that is going to be it for our cannibals. So next we have resources and equipment. And again, I'm probably going to pause the recording, but just to kind of scroll down like resources. I know this is going really fast and it's probably going to be hard for you guys to watch or to read, but I'm just trying to show you like how much stuff there is. Like how much, just like the amount of stuff. Look at all that stuff. And then there's a whole food section. Look at all the food. I know I'm going really fast. It's just to like show you guys there's a lot of stuff. Weapons, this is going to be courtesy of Project Armory. I believe it said it adds hundreds of weapons or something like that. I think like 200 weapons or something along those lines. We're going to have lots of weapons. Yeah, like the one thing we're going to be using though is we're going to try out some nets that I'll have to find. But they were like force nets, and maybe we'll see if we can. That looks like a crossbow, the normal scorpion. We'll see if we can capture some people with some nets. I'm trying to see if I can find it. That gray bow looks kind of cool. There it is, a force field net. I'm just going to go ahead and add one of those right now. But yeah, we'll figure this out. I think I'll probably take off the wood because we can always get some wood. And there's generally buildings and stuff around that we'll be able to take advantage of. I may add a little bit back, but I'm not sure. And we also do have 6 people, so that's going to be quite a lot. I'm going to try not to go over like 45,000 or so. I'm at almost 42 right now because we have 6 people instead of 3. Also, I gave a few of them bionics. That was another thing that I forgot to show you guys. Like Frog has, I believe I gave her an advanced bionic eye, and Zurich has an advanced bionic arm and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll have a look at that. Look at all the clothes too. There's like all the clothes made out of all the different stuff. Oh my goodness. Again, I'm just showing you guys like how much stuff there is. So I'm gonna have a look through this, and then I will show you guys what I'm gonna be taking, and that's probably gonna wrap up this episode. Do not worry, I'm not gonna leave you guys with just the creation episode today. There will be the first episode, well, I guess the second episode, but the first like actual on planet episode that will be coming up after this. So do not worry, it will be up today as well. I guess today being relative. I will be uploading it as soon as I'm done recording it, which will be as soon as this episode is done recording. So yeah, just kind of hang out for maybe an hour or so and it'll be back up. So I'll see you guys in a moment once I figure out what all we're going to be taking. And then that'll probably wrap up this episode. So hopefully you guys are excited. I'm kind of excited. So I'm going to look through this list real quick and I'll bring you guys right back. Alright guys, we are back. And this is what we got going on. We're going to bring a little bit of steel just to help us get started in the beginning, maybe with like a turret or something like that. We're going to bring the normal 30 survival meals. We're bringing a force net. Instead of normal medicine, we're only bringing herbal medicine. We're bringing some seeds so we can make sure we have some crops growing. And then we're bringing 2 great bows, a Carcano, which is a, I believe it's a World War II era bolt action rifle. And that's going to be for our bounty hunter Frog. And then the Plasteel Norbal War Axe. The Norbals are, I believe, a Viking type faction that was added with one of the mods. And this is going to be Zorik's, like, this is going to be his baby. This is going to be like his family heirloom. That's why I splurged a little bit on the Plasteel. And the force field, just for the record, I'm not sure if it counts as a melee weapon or a ranged weapon, but I think we'll be okay. I'm not going to bring any other clothes, and I think we're going to go with this. Now that I thought about it, I'm tempted to actually go back and change everyone to like tribal wear and stuff and like human fleshy skin, but I think this is gonna be okay. We'll see how this goes, and if I hear a lot of you guys saying, you know, I wish you would have started with the tribal stuff, then we can always go back and start with the tribal stuff. I don't think they would be wearing it for too long, especially once we start getting some raids going. But I did keep it under 45,000. I don't know if that's good or bad, or if I spent a lot of points. I think probably, depending on how long this season lasts, I might actually try to use points or give myself a number of like 20k or something like that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that we last for a while. I think this will be kind of interesting with the whole cannibalism aspect. It might not be any different. It might be just different enough to be a little extra interesting. But yeah, in the next episode, I'm pretty much going to click the start button. I guess I can go ahead and click the start button right now. Let's go ahead and generate our map. We'll have a quick peek around, and then that will be the end of this episode. And like I said before, the next episode will be coming up pretty much as soon as it's done processing and at a decent visual quality. So like at least 720p, I will make it public and you guys can enjoy it. Alright, so we're going to get our tips. The three of you awake in your crypto sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown RimWorld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. And here we all are. Now, right off the bat, you can see a couple things different. I can see a couple things different. I believe this is, it shows you, like it's at a glance telling you if they're okay or not. Like they're all cold, none of them have weapons equipped. And I guess the check mark means their mental health is okay. This has a new layout. This looks like it has a new layout. Oh, we can cycle through them too. Oh. That's weird. I didn't know about this. We're gonna go with it, but I didn't know about it. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not happy about it. We'll figure out all this stuff in the next episode, though. We do have a nice little hotbar up here that we can quickly get to everyone. But yeah, this is gonna be our home. Very mountainous area over here. We might actually come over here. There will be a steam geyser, a nice wall-off access point, and we can dig into the mountains from over here. We can do that in a lot of places, actually. This is a very large map. Very, very large map. Yeah, so this is going to be our home for the next little while. And if this stuff gets a little too annoying for you guys, like this UI stuff, I think I can, like, hide these bars. I'm not sure how to bring that back up. I guess I can click right there. But yeah, like, if these little icons get kind of annoying, which they might for me, I might be able to see if I can turn them off. But reading through the page, it kind of seemed like turning mods off was kind of a pain. But that's something we're going to have to figure out in the next episode. So hopefully you guys are excited about this. I am. Sorry, it was just kind of a long episode of not really anything interesting happening, just mostly a lot of talking. We're getting set up, though. We're getting set up, and I'm excited to get my first tasty human rib sandwich. And hopefully that will happen in the next episode. So that's going to be it for me. As always, thanks for watching, and have a good one.